Hey, Slater Crusader. So, again, we're operating off of this. I like this Andrew Yang tweet. I think this is a very good statement for the day. Things are changing, right? But I like this. The fear of the coronavirus is likely to be as or more destructive than the virus itself. So by fear, I think it means I like the second order effects of the virus and how people react to it, and the economic impact is going to be one of those things as well. So to talk about that, I want to talk to Chris Garcia from the Livingston Group. He's the former deputy director of the Commerce Department. Chris, how are you, sir?
Hey, good to see you.
Good to talk to you. So first of all, what do you think of that statement first? The fear of the coronavirus is likely to be as or more destructive than the virus itself. What's your overall take there?
Yeah, I mean, so it's an accurate statement because, it's the fear of what's impending, of what's to come, right? I mean, I don't know how many times the Surgeon General has to say that the general American populace is going to be fine. It's only those that have a compromised immune system, the elderly or the already enfeebled, that are going to be most susceptible to this. If you recall back in 2001, after 9/11, then President Bush said that we ought to go out and make sure we spend our money. Let's not stop. Let's not halt our lives. And that's because there is in fact a secondary effect that happens when you stop spending, right? When you stop going about your normal course of business. Last week, it was interesting to hear that President Trump was asked if the auto industries or the airline industries rather, and some of the other tourist industries were going to be seeking a bailout. And he said, hold on a second, don't ask that question. And I think it's because of two things. Number one, he didn't want them to come in and ask for those bailouts. But number two, when you start talking about needing to bail out industries that are susceptible to failure, then the American public starts to really wonder, is this thing as bad as they say it is, or is it worse?
Yeah, any leader, Trump, but also any leader of any business right now is in a pretty tough position of wanting to do what's necessary to keep people safe, but also not wanting to cause people to panic. Like, that's hard for anyone.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
Yeah, well, I think that the first thing is that we expect transparency from our government, right? And I think that's what the Trump administration has done. There's a lot of talk about whether Vice President Pence was the right person to lead the task force. Of course, he's the right person. The president of the United States can't handle the entire thing himself, nor can he put it off on somebody who's a lower level, health czar. And so, Vice President Pence is a perfect response to have somebody who is exactly of the stature, I should say, to make this thing, appear that it's being taken seriously by the administration and not just pawning it off on some lower level health official. At the same time, he's relying on those health experts to make sure that he gets the best information possible. One of the best things that President Trump did is he ordered the cutoff and the travel restrictions of all foreign nationals from those targeted countries, including China. If he didn't cut those passengers off, he didn't cut those foreign nationals off, or even the American citizens before having them screened and so forth, this would have been a much more serious pandemic. So that's the first thing that President Trump did that was a very wise move. Second thing is, right. We'll get into a couple other things that he's done, but the response has been a positive response so far.
Great. All right, let's talk the economy. So we've seen violence is a strong word, but huge fluctuations in the stock market. What's your assessment of that? How should we view that?
Yeah, so I was actually at a conference over the weekend where they said, hey, everything is on sale right now, so go ahead and buy. And then we see what happened today. We have 7% drop in the S&P 500, which is what has ordered which has caused them to stop the markets from staying open for at least 15 minutes. So trading's been halted. But again, if you think about just all the uncertainty that happened, not just after 9/11, but in 2008, the financial crisis, I think the one thing you can trust to be consistent is the volatility index. We have no idea how the market's going to respond, except that we know that there's going to be a bottom here, hopefully very soon. Again, this is not official financial advice, but I would encourage Americans to stay in the market. I think that's always a long-term positive play, to stay in the market consistently, no matter what the ebbs and flows are. But again, the fundamentals of the economy are very strong. We just had on Friday the new jobs number that came out, well above what the previous estimates were for the month of February, I should say, and then previous months were revised upward as well. So the economy is very strong right now. The other countries out there, particularly China, is suffering. those that have tried to take advantage of the United States that President Trump is taking on with these trade wars. People like to say that the president's causing more harm here than good. But you've got to kind of rip that Band-Aid off to get that disinfectant in and make sure that we really correct these trade imbalances. But if you take a look at the overall fundamentals, the markets are very strong. The economy is very strong. We're still up 50% since 2016 when he was elected. So people need to take a look at that. But I think that overall we're going to be in a great place as a nation, as an economy, if we just hold true and we hold steadfast.
Slater Crusaders, thanks for watching The First on YouTube. If you want more, like, subscribe. We got plenty.